everybody, welcome back to Sarah Simple Beauty. Hi, how you doing? So thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be doing, drum roll, a full face of unique products. I got everything you need, foundation, well, I got the BB cream because I'm not a foundation kind of girl, but I got concealer, I got eye palette, setting powder, setting spray, and we've even got some brushes that we're using. It's a lot, but everything I would say gets an A+ that I have used. I don't recommend a few things, but overall I would say generally this is a really great product. I of course went and got the presenter's kit, which is you get something like $400 worth of makeup for like $99. So technically I'm a presenter, but mostly I just, if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I love that eye look, what palette did you use? And I just like whip out my own little unique palette and be like, this is what I use. They're like, oh, I need those. They go to my website and you can order it. So, I mean, yes, I do sell, but I don't really push to sell it. I just really do love the product along with many, many more like Wet n Wild, e.l.f., Jeffree Star. I mean, I just have like a million products, but Younique does have my favorite, what I would call foundational products, which is like a concealer, the BB cream, the setting powder, the setting spray, and the eyeshadows are all things that are absolutely to die for and amazing. I love all the eyeshadows. I have not found one eyeshadow that I was like, ew. No, they're all amazing and wonderful. The lipsticks I'm also using. This is the color Sumptuous. It's very pretty, and also I will be using a brand new product, not by Younique, but by Wet n Wild, because I just had to. I just found it last night, and I keep going like this because I'm looking at my glow. Wet n Wild just released a new highlighting powder, a whole tub of it, and it's called Written in the Stars, and they have this whole like astrological new makeup set that has come out and is going to continue to come out over the next month. And I absolutely am dying over this. I love it. I'm going to probably be using this every day until winter. So if you guys want to see a full face of Younique products, how to use them, how amazing they actually are, sorry, then just keep on watching and we'll have some more belching for you. And do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, and do not forget to comment what you think of this video and share it if you love a girl. Mwah. Okay, so today I'm going to start with this palette here. It's got 4 different colors. One is an orange, another is like a dusty rose. This one is a plum color I've used before, and this is a dark matte black. And then I'm also going to be using this beige shade here. It's like a nude, and then this optimistic shade here that's very, very shiny and great for the inner corner. I'm also going to be using the Younique brushes with this eye look. I will be using the Fluffy blending brush and the angled shadow sponge brush. It's got like, your old school kind, except it doesn't come off the second you use it like the ones that we used to have when we were kids. I'm going to start with this orange shade and work my way through. Now, their eyeshadows are very, very, very pigmented, and they last and stay all day. They are infused with primer, actually. I don't think all of them are, but I know a lot of them are. Excuse me. Pepsi. But they blend really well. They stay all day long, like no smudging, no loss of pigment or color or anything. And I'm using the Fluffy blending brush, which is blending this out pretty easily. Sometimes when you have a pigmented shade, you got to be able to blend it out, because no matter how little bit you use, it's going to be pigmented. And next I'm going to move over to this angled shadow brush, and I'm gonna go in with this Dusty Rose color. It's pretty, it's like a pale pink, but it's got pigment, y'all. It's got some pigment, okay? I'm gonna stick that in my crease and just kind of go back and forth in that crease. And I'm holding the brush so that the angle is like going upwards. So I am putting in the crease, but it's going a little bit higher so that it can blend like a dream with that orange shade. And I will link in the video below what colors I am using exactly, because I couldn't tell you the names of them. Go back in with that blending brush and just go back in with the orange very light-handedly. And kind of blend those two together. Super airbrushed light strokes going in like little circles. Little circles now. Look how pretty that is. Like, look how well it blends together. The colors go really well together too. They're related. Use that same brush, just brush it off a little bit, and go into this nude shade here. It's gonna go all through the brow bone, and you basically are going to want to kind of blend that top line a little bit. So just kiss it. Just kiss that top line. Like that. And blend. I find blending so therapeutic. So pretty. I'm just noticing too is there's like no fallout. Zero. There's nothing to wipe away. I might clean up this line, but no fallout. Check out the palette. Like almost no kickback. Like very, very, very little. I bet you it's because they're infused with primer. I wonder who else does that. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this burgundy shade here and going back in with that angled shadow brush. Now I know that this is a very pigmented shade, so I'm gonna go in pretty light-handed. We want to focus that color on the outside edge. I gotta tell you, all these colors go really well together. I've used an orange, a light dusty rose kind of pink, and now a very deep burgundy, but when you put it on your eye, it's like really deep. It's like a plum color. They're all going together wonderfully though. You can go back to that dusty rose color and just, as I say, kiss that top edge of that burgundy shade that you just used, just to kind of diffuse those edges so you could still have all the depth of that color without the crazy harsh lines. And the light pink is a good transition between the two. So I'm just tapping it on that line, and then I'll take this blending brush and tap them together. You know me, making little makeup babies all the time. It's one of those days. I need my caffeine. Ooh, speaking of caffeine, pause for this commercial break. This is a good time to take a break, isn't it? All right, I found this at the Walmart because that's where I grocery shop, because it's the closest grocery store and the cheapest one, so but this is called, now I am always down for a cheap fix to my grandma thighs, okay? I can weigh, right now I currently weigh somewhere like around 114, 112, 116. I kind of go in between there. But I've always been pretty slender. But I was really sick one time, and I got so sick for like a week, and I couldn't eat, nothing would stay down. So I got down to like 97 pounds, something like that. Still had cellulite, you guys. I was skin and bones, and still had all the cellulite in the world. So I'm always down for a quick fix, and I saw this, and I was like, buying it, gonna try it, and let y'all know what I think. It's called the Anti-Cellulite Body Wash in a Sponge by Spongeables. It's already not looking good. It says it has argan, it doesn't say argan oil, it just says argan. Seaweed extract and caffeine. And caffeine I know is good. I'm gonna be in the shower with my coffee grounds like, come on! Anyways, this is a one-piece 12 plus washes sponge in the scent Peony Blossom. I don't know what that means. But it's soft, but soft yet firm. Ooh, it smells good. It feels juicy in there. It's a 4-in-1. It cleanses, exfoliates, moisturizes, and massages. So I'm gonna have some fun in the shower later. All right. Where was I? Okay, the next thing we're doing is we're going to use a cream shadow. I love their cream shadows. I've used this one a lot. It is called Tenacious, and I'm a huge Tenacious D fan. So, I'm going to be using that on my lid, and the good thing about their cream shadows is I don't even ever have to like put concealer on and then I put this on. Nope, I can go straight up in there, and I'll show you how. First I use their setting spray. I spray it in my hand. Ooh, don't drip on me. And I take the sponge applicator and I soak up all that goodness. And if I need a little bit more, I'll get a little bit more. I got tiny little hands. And just dab, 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 dab. Get it as wet as you can. So it's like, can you hear it? It's moist. So I'm just going to dig some out of the pan, and we're gonna just like put it on the back of my hand to work with. I just grabbed like way too much, but that's all right, that's okay. We're just living life over here. And you just swirl your sponge applicator into le product. You get it on there like that. Almost put it on the bare lid. Wouldn't that be funny? Then you're just going to dab it, dab it. And I'm going to take this all the way in the, basically the first half of my eye to the inside. I am just loving this. Oh my gosh. Right now I want to use this Optimistic right here. I am hitting pan on it because it is bomb diddy bomb. I'm gonna spray my hand again and take a little synthetic brush and just swirl it in there. Get it nice and wet. And I might even just like leave my hand there until I'm done. Because you never know, you might need to get something moist. All right, and we're gonna just dab it in the pan. Oh, it's so pretty. And this is going to go in the inner corner. Right about there. And I'll kind of fade it, tap it, give a little tapsy taps. And sometimes I'll even take my brush that has whatever leftover product on it, just blend that. Blend, girl, blend. There you go. Perfection. I'm also going to use Optimistic on the high point of my brow bone. I mean, look at it. It's like, let it go, let it go. It reminds me of snow. Reminds me of like frosty snow. And I put it right under the arch of my eyebrow and then blend it out just a little bit. So it's not like such a harsh, like, boop, there's just a little dot of highlight. You can blend it out a little bit like that. Do you love it? I love it. This is so cool. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of these Younique products. I'm not all about the hype and the whatever, but I'll tell you, something is good. And these eyeshadows, top stinking notch. We're gonna do a little bit of we're gonna do a little bit of brown eyeliner by Younique. They're very creamy, I would say, and they go on really, really easily. Not making too big of a line, just a little bit of definition, if you will. We're gonna throw a little bit of black, powder, this black eyeshadow right under the brown and kind of smoke out that bottom lash line. I don't know, what am I saying? My top lash line. We're gonna smoke that out with a little bit of brown and then black powder on top. It'll be great, I promise. Just wait. Now I want to use a green pencil for my waterline, and it's LA Girls Gel Liner. What color are you? What color are you? Oh, here it is. In Lime Light. It's like a really pretty metallic. And I'm doing it now because I'm going to do it again later after I'm all done beating this face. It's such a pretty color though. Look at that. So pretty. Alright, so that is one eye completed. I'm going to go off camera and do the other eye, and then we'll get to the face. Now we're going to do the face. And generally speaking, as a rule, I don't love foundation. I prefer a good BB cream. So that is what I'm using. I am using the, hang on, let me get this top back on. Come on. I'm using the BB Flawless BB Cream and Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. And I am mixing the two so I get all the dewy benefits of the BB cream and that little touch of concealer, because their concealer is like a full coverage. A little bit of concealer goes a long way, and it kind of turns this BB cream into my kind of a foundation. A little trick for you freckled faced people. Um, I have some freckles on my nose, and sometimes I like to show them off and sometimes I don't. So basically what I do is I put all my foundation all on the outside edges of my face and like my chin and my lips and stuff. And then I save my nose area till the very end, till there's like nothing really left on here. And then I just lightly go over it, just so that like the skin tone matches everything else. But I don't have like full coverage going on there. There you go. Freckles are showing through. Alright, now I'm going to be using their concealer in the shade Scarlet, which I think is the lightest shade that they have. Could be wrong, but we know I'm a pale sister over here, so. But this concealer is full coverage, so you do not need a ton. That's like probably too much already. But I do want to clean up under my eye. Make a nice straight line. I usually bring it to the corner of my eye. And depending on how it's behaving, I go up or I go down. And if I want it to be like super exact, I can grab a small brush and just go like that. And like that. And BAM! BAM! Next, we're going to go in with the Behold setting powder, and it's a foundation brush, but it has a little hole in it, and so I like it for my setting powder because it has like a little bit extra in there. And I'm just going to lightly tap that under my eyes. Basically anywhere that I might get some creasing, or I have maybe some wrinkles that I know will crease if I put even lotion on my face. That's what this stuff is for, and this is what I call on my channel my holy grail, because I love it. It works great. I use this and Coty Airspun, and it does everything I need it to do to be a great setting powder. It makes all my pores disappear. It makes all my wrinkles and lines look matte, and so they're not obvious. Just like that, just tapping it in the areas that I put some concealer. And like my laugh lines, I have big laugh lines, so if I don't want my makeup to end up being in those laugh lines, like creasing there, this is what I use. I just pound it in there, baby. Yes. And then I go up the bottom of my jawline and the end of my nose. And voila! We gotta add a little bit of color to this face. I don't have any of their contour powders or bronzers or anything like that. So I'm actually mixing a couple. One is like Flower Brand and the other is e.l.f. We're just mixing them together. I want to contour with like it's basically I'm mixing a warm and a cool tone, because I don't want it too cool and I don't want it too warm. I'm like Goldilocks. I want it just right. And then now that I've got the two like mixed on there, I'm gonna go in with just the cool shade that I was mixing with and pinch my brush. I'm going in to find just the bottom of that line. I've been having a lot of fun mixing two different colored bronzers to get like a different effect. Yes. Is my head floating yet? Is it floating? I'm gonna start with my Fit Me by Maybelline to kind of finish off the face. You know what? That's what I love about setting spray, like having that in our life now, is ladies who love your powder, pack it on. Pack it on, because when you use that setting spray, no more cake up after that. It just like melts all the powders into your skin like it's a foundation. It's just, oh, I love it. Who came up with setting spray? I really should know this. I'm gonna throw on just a tiny bit of blush for a little flush of color. I'm going to be using my Dior in Coral. If I could read, that would be all right. I'm gonna swirl. This is like a really soft, fluffy brush. Big and juicy. So I'm gonna swirl it around in there. I'm using a really light hand. So pretty. I like going light-handed with the blush because it is hard to go backwards after you've applied a ton of blush and you just are like, whoa! If you're gonna apply a ton of blush, you better make sure it's the right shade, because I've done that before where I was like trying out a new blush and I put way too much on and then I was like stuck with it, and it didn't even really look good with the eyes I was doing, but I was like, that's makeup, you can't really go wrong, right? I'm gonna take my Coty Airspun, and it's a really cheap thing that you can get at Walmart. I'm pretty sure they would have it at Ulta. I've never gotten it at Ulta. I'm sure they do. And I like to just like chisel out my jawline and let it bake. I pretty much bring it down to right out there, the bottom of my lip. And then I'll just pack it on there real thick and let it sit while I finish up the rest of my under eye, my mascara, my lips, and then we'll take it off. So while we're blending, I'm going to go back into the waterline with that green. Just keep it popping. I like a little pop of color. It's more of like a spring summer kind of thing, so I think I'm running out of time to do this too. And there you go. This is the Younique Beauty Blender. It is trash. And I also do not recommend the liquid liners unless you get the Dip and Draw and you like a paintbrush type application for liquid liner, I do not, so I don't get any of their liquid liners. I don't like any of them, but I mean, what company do you have out there that you love every single product? None. We're gonna do under the eyes. We're gonna do the orange, and then what do I want to do? I don't know. I need to decide. I think I'll do the fervent and then the orange. Let's see. Hey guys, I'm really excited to try this new product. This is not unique, but this was in the drugstore last night when I was there, and I was like, ah! So Wet n Wild has released, I don't know if you can see that, but it has all like the astro signs. It's from the Mega Glow collection, Wet n Wild. This is the loose highlighting powder written in the stars, so there's probably more than one shade. But this is like, it's frickin' fairy dust, and I am dying over it. So we're about to use it. Now I'm not gonna wet my brush for this one, and I wanna see what happens. Can you see that? I barely touched my skin. Oh my gosh. It's kind of going everywhere, so probably wetting my face would probably be the best choice. So let's do it. I'll do one side at a time. I'm dead. Do you see that? Dude, Wet n Wild, man. I love it. You know why I love it? Because it is competing with, you know, $60 highlighters and stuff. This is just absolutely stunning! I feel so glowy and like like Wet n Wild. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Next, I'm going to be curling my lashes and using the Unique Moodstruck Epic Mascara. It is self-curling, lengthening, volumizing, but yeah, it curls on its own. I love that. All right, lashes are on, looking so cute. I am not mad at the Epic Mascara. I think it does a pretty good job. They feel rock solid, like they're not gonna flake. You know, you can usually tell these do not feel flaky. A+. So next we're gonna do the lips, and I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick in the color Sumptuous. And I already know these liquid lipsticks very well. They are very smooth and creamy and like a moussey formula. Goes on super easy. Bottom lip done. Let's just turn the wand instead of dipping back in. I love how they're moussey. Because a lot of times when you Where liquid lipstick, they feel so, so dry. You're just like, water. Well, these do not feel dry. And they don't dry down completely. So you will have to reapply as your day goes on. But not too often. Especially the more vibrant colors you get, the more it stains your lips really well. So I'm going to top it off with this Metallic Mousse by Hard Candy in the shade something, in the shade Truffle. And I just got this last night on clearance. It's not looking very metallic so far. Kind of metallic, not very metallic. But you know what I can do to make it metallic? I'm just going to use whatever is in the cap because it is very much like fairy dust. Look at that. Alright, well that didn't work either because every time I touch it, it blends into my lips. Alright, well fine. Well fine then. Let's try. Let's see what Wet n Wild has to offer. Let's try this color. It's called Pink Ice. I wanted something that was like a little frosty. A little, like it doesn't have to be metallic, but at least give me something frosty, frosty. You know, I used to think that that's what she said in that song, Fergie song. And then I was like, is she saying flossy? I always have to look everything up. I have to Google everything because I'm like old. Also not frosty. Alright, we have one last thing to try before I give up on this frosted lip. I'm about to give up, but I have one last thing, which is the Brilliant Lip Gloss by Wet n Wild. The Mega Slicks Edition. It is my addiction, though. Alright, it gave me something, so I'm just going to put it right in the center. And we're going to set it, and forget it. Got my hand up. Stop all the haters. I don't know why I always put my hand up. I just do. We're going to let it melt all that powder into your skin. It doesn't take anything away. You would think if you're spraying something on your face that it's going to like dim everything down. No, that's the magic. I like my little fan because it says, can you read it? Mom, a title just above Queen. Yes, Queen. Final look. Do you see that glow? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The eyes are intense, but really beautiful. Like you can see all the colors. You can see the burgundy on the outside. You can see the orange and the coral on the inside because the orange and that pink that were mixed together. You can see the gold here on the inside. You can see the green on the waterline. You can see the orangey burgundy mixed together under the eye. Like, I love this. It's so pretty. Younique knocked it out of the park. They usually do. No, I do not love every single product that they have, but I do love a lot. Like, a lot of stuff they have. So, tell me what you guys think. share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel. One of these days I'm going to learn how to talk. And one of these days, like this week, I'm going to be uploading using a brand new camera. High fives. High fives. Yes, I'm so excited. It's the movie mode I've already checked out, and it is spectacular. Like, I can't wait to start filming with it. I've got all my lights here. I should show you. I mean, I got lights on lights on lights on lights on lights. There's a ring light right here. There's another light, like, right here in front of me. Like, setup is real, y'all. Got my backdrops. I just need to tighten them up a little bit. Need to weigh down a few things, and this party is going to be good to go. So that's it. That's all I have. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and blessings to you all. I love you all. See you next time.